Hello, we're talking about emergency and disaster preparedness today. And Dara, I wanted to talk to you about that New Yorker article everyone's talking about that came out, the really big one. Are earthquakes really something we need to be worried about here?
Absolutely. Geologists say that we are at risk from a large earthquake, and it can do a lot of damage when it occurs. And so some things that we can do ahead of time are called non-structural mitigation, and it's looking at all the tall furniture in your home or your office, securing it to the wall, putting closures on cabinets so they don't fly open and all the contents spill out on the floor. It reduces damage in your home or office, and it alleviates the amount of injuries. When the earthquake occurs, duck, cover, and hold is the most important thing to do. People trying to move around during an earthquake and exiting a building are at much greater risk of injury and death. Ducking under a strong table, covering your head, and holding on is the most important thing to ensure your safety. And once the earthquake ends, stand up, help yourself and others out of the building carefully, and then monitor media for information about transportation routes, sheltering, and other information.
That's a good tip, Dara. What else should we have in our home to prepare for earthquakes?
Having preparedness kits with basic tools, basic medical and hygiene supplies, and most importantly, food and water. A good rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person in your household per day, and we would really encourage people to have these supplies in place for at least 5 days, if not more. It's reasonable to assume there won't be power or other utilities. It's reasonable to assume that we won't get supplies to supermarkets like we're used to, and so having those supplies on hand in the home is very important and allows you to be able to stay in your home provided it's not substantially damaged and have some amount of comfort after a catastrophic event like a large earthquake.
That's great information, Dara. And also for our viewers, we want you to visit whodependsonyou.org for lists of supplies that you should have in your home, in your car, and some other homeowner tips for being prepared for the big earthquakes.